Hello, leader. Have you ever promoted someone who was excellent at their job, only to watch them flounder in a leadership role? Well, you're not alone. One recent study revealed that 82% of companies fail to choose the right talent for their leadership roles. Why? Because high performance in one role doesn't automatically translate to leadership success. In today's episode, we're tackling one of the most common and costly leadership missteps small business owners make, putting the wrong person in charge. Stay tuned. This conversation could save your culture, your clients, and your bottom line. Welcome to the Stacking Your Team podcast, smart leadership for women who mean business. I'm Shelli Warren, your team and leadership coach, and your no-fluff guide to building a powerhouse team that actually gets the job done without you holding their hand every 5 minutes. You're not just a business owner, you're the leader now, and I'll help you step up, lead smart, and stop micromanaging. Stick with me and you'll learn how to hire, fire, and inspire a team you lead with confidence and finally get your night and weekends back. And here's the hard truth. The team that got you here may not be the team that gets you there. So let's trade burnout for bold leadership and stack your team. Today, we're talking about a painful realization many business owners face at some point. You promoted the wrong person. Maybe it was your top sales rep, your most dependable service provider, or the person who's been with you the longest. Because, well, on paper, it looked like a sure win. But now you're seeing missed deadlines, team tension, and decisions being punted back to you. You're not a bad leader for making this mistake. In fact, you're in the majority. Gallup found that only 1 in 10 people actually possess the natural talent to lead others effectively, and many more can get there, but only with training and support. So let's talk about spotting the signs early that this person is not a fit for this leadership role. Let's also talk about course correcting with compassion and clarity. And let's also have a chat about how to protect the health of your business without burning bridges. I'm going to share a few real examples, including a client who promoted her top performing sales rep to sales manager, only to watch revenue dip and team morale plummet. Spoiler, he didn't want to lead. He wanted to be left alone to sell. Let's unpack what went wrong and how you can avoid making the same mistake, or fix it if you already have. I've also got a free resource for you that will instantly answer the question, is this person ready for a leadership role? Be sure to get your copy of the Spot Your Leader Assessment tool with the link in the show notes, or just pop over to stackingyourteam.com/resources. So why does this happen so often? Here's some insight. Business owners think that they're making a great decision to promote from within rather than searching for someone externally, but defaulting to promoting someone based solely on the performance of their core skills without gauging or looking for evidence that they can stretch and take on the challenging aspects of leadership. That's where it all goes sideways. If you assume they'll just figure it out or they've earned it, you are taking a risk. If you're not having a real conversation prior to the promotion about whether the person truly is interested in taking on new responsibilities that will include leading people, leading processes, or leading a profit center, you're running the risk that the person is only interested in more pay, a new title, that clout, but not the actual work. And if you're not taking the time to share real stories that describe with detail what a typical day would look like for them in this new leadership role, you're risking them accepting the role without really understanding the step change that's required for them to be successful. Here's another example. Let's call this the lone wolf sales rep. Now, this person was promoted to a sales manager role, but he didn't want to mentor, train people, or attend any strategy meetings. So what happened? Lots of friction, lost deals, and eventually a demotion that salvaged the relationship but took a toll on the team. After all, it's hard to move someone back into their former position without it feeling like a neon sign is on their head flashing, "Loser." Thankfully, this client did the right thing and moved the person back into the role where they thrived instead of leaving them there in that sales manager role, knowing full well that they'd eventually hate it and quit, especially in light of the overcoaching that would have to be required too. Here's another example of someone being great at the job, but terrible at leading. Let's call this one stellar therapist turned team leader. She was promoted in a therapy clinic setting. She was excellent with clients, but overwhelmed by admin tasks, scheduling other people's hours, and holding people who were formerly her peers accountable to deliver on expectations and standards. So she felt torn and began to resent this leadership role, and her team felt abandoned. The business owner decided to realign her into a specialist role with an emphasis on program development. And she brought in an outside hire with leadership capabilities to step in to that team lead role. So what should you do if you are in this situation? Start off by acknowledging the mismatch early. Don't wait until burnout sets in for you or that team member. Have a clear and kind conversation with that person and offer alternative roles that align with their strengths and dignity. And start hiring or nurturing someone with the desire to increase their leadership capacity, not just experience. You can look for evidence of this within their current role. After all, you don't want to wait until someone gets into a new role to begin acting like or making decisions like a leader. They need to demonstrate those capabilities now. And you've heard me here often be a champion for promoting from within because I believe it showcases how you're offering career opportunities versus simply a job. However, it's a big decision to promote a person who's doing really well in their current position into a new one that requires them to increase their capacity, capabilities, and outcomes, especially as they're now no longer being paid to be a terrific individual contributor to your business. They would now be paid to be a terrific leader who can ensure the success of a group of individuals, and that takes maturity, collaboration, and a genuine interest in wanting to see other people succeed. After all, it's when those individuals on the team succeed is when that direct leader is successful. If this episode struck a chord with you, know this: you didn't fail. You just learned something valuable about what your business needs now. Leadership isn't a prize for tenure or performance. It's a function that requires clarity, training, and alignment, and maturity. So if you've promoted someone into a leadership role and it's not working, it's okay. It's actually necessary now to make a new plan for this person. Brave and bold leaders know when and how to make a course correction that leads directly to a better outcome, even if it feels uncomfortable for them, or uncomfortable for that single person, or even if it's uncomfortable for the entire team. Protecting your culture, your clients, and your momentum is part of your role as the business owner. And if you're not sure of how to have that tough conversation or how to redesign your leadership structure, that's exactly what we do inside the Leadership Lab with coaching, frameworks, and real-time feedback to help you lead well without burning out or flying solo. By the way, did you know that your team gets trained when you join the Leadership Lab? Yes. I love connecting with your top performers to help them step into their leadership roles at a whole new level. Many of the people inside the Team Leader program tell me, "I've never had any kind of training like this before. Thanks. It's given me so much confidence to do this role." They also enjoy meeting people from different backgrounds and workplaces and seeing that they're not alone in their leadership journey. Be sure to grab your free resource that will instantly answer the question, is this person ready for a leadership role? Be sure to get your copy of the Spot Your Leader Assessment Tool with the link in the show notes or pop over to stackingyourteam.com/resources. Thanks for tuning into the Stacking Your Team podcast, Smart Leadership for Women Who Mean Business. If today's episode helped you see your leadership in a whole new way, I'd love to hear about it. Come connect with me on Instagram, where I'm at Stacking Your Team, and tell me, what are you working on in your business right now? And if you've tuned into this podcast because you work somewhere and you're wanting to develop your own leadership skills, I invite you to start following our sister company, Thousand Islands Leadership Consulting. Check us out on Instagram or LinkedIn for unbiased career guidance designed to help ambitious people have a bigger impact, get promoted, and live a better life. So until next time, let's do less managing and more leading by making the space to lead and letting go of the rest.